Indestructible Gaming. Select your character. Musket Shot. Mr. K. Let the battle begin. Get ready for a battle unknown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Indestructible Gaming and More. I am Muskashot. Alongside me is my co-host, Mr. K. Mr. K, hello.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode.
Yeah, this week we've decided to change it up a bit. Instead of reviewing a game that we've just played recently, we decided to pick a game that each of us played that we really enjoyed over the years, and whether it was indie related or not. And just kind of give our title as to which one it is, and then each one of us is going to play that game and kind of experience it for ourselves for the first time. And then over the next 2 weeks, we'll do a review on those two games and just kind of give our 2 cents on those. So does that sound about right?
Pretty much, just to see if our opinions are the same or.
Yep.
If they're different, if we are clouded by nostalgia or...
Right, yeah, maybe. Could be either or, yeah. So, all right, so who wants to go first? You want me to go first or you?
I mean, you can go first.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
All right, so this is a game back in the early 2000s, and this was on PlayStation 2 at the time. And a game that was the original game was super popular in the arcades back in the 80s, and that kind of grew over the years and had a huge following, and several different versions of it came out afterwards. But this is a game called Gauntlet: Dark Legacy. And it's developed by Midway Games, which Midway Games created the original and went on, and continued with the series. There was like I said, there was the original Gauntlet in the arcades that 4 people could play, and that was like a major quarter eater. That thing was just because it was such a hard game, the original one.
We've definitely played it before.
Yeah, with all the different things that come out at you and all this stuff. And but of course everybody always remembers the wizard needs food badly, wizard is about to die. Those types of things and stuff like that. So they made this game. It was actually released in the arcade in 2000. And then PlayStation 2 in 2001. And it was also released on GameCube, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance, which I didn't. Game Boy Advance kind of surprised me when I saw that. I'm not sure wasn't Game Boy. Did Game Boy Advance have color, or was it always black and white?
Nintendo eventually released a Nintendo Game Boy Color.
Okay.
Because you had the Game Boy, and then you had the Game Boy Color, and then the Game Boy Advance happened.
Okay.
And then after that, they went to the DS.
Okay, so maybe that's when it was. I was going to say, because black and white would be kind of difficult, but this is the 6th title in the Gauntlet series, and it's an expansion of the previous title in the series called Gauntlet Legends, which I didn't know, and this expansion added 5 new levels and 4 character classes to that series. So I guess Dwarf, Knight, Sorceress, and Jester weren't in the Gauntlet Legends, but they are in this game, Dark Legacy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And you can when you choose your characters and stuff like that, you can change the colors of the characters and things, and that sometimes makes a difference as far as what they have and abilities and stuff like that.
Oh,
So it allows you to choose a lot of different characters based on the color or who you want and stuff like that. I remember that being pretty cool. But the intro of the game and the basic story or premise of the game is, and I'll just read you the intro from the game itself, is in an ancient time, the evil mage Garm, using the power of the rune stones, released a great evil upon the land. This demon, Scorn, broke free of Garm's control, crushing him and imprisoning his soul in the underworld.
did you just say Garm?
Yep, Garm.
His name's Garm.
Garm.
That doesn't sound right. Garm.
Garm. So Scorn then released the minions upon the land and scattered the runestones across the 8 realms so that they might never again be assembled and used against him. No one has dared try until now. So that's the intro to the
So
game.
Garm just summoned a demon.
Yep, and then the demon crushed him.
Wow.
And it's pretty funny when you watch the intro. I kind of rewatched a video of this game play just to kind of freshen my memory of it. And watching the video is funny because Skarn gets released and then crushes Garm with like one big foot, and then picks up his foot and then stomps on him again. It was pretty funny. I forgot about that part, but I remember the rune stones and everything being, that's a real big part of the game, is that you have to find all these rune stones throughout the different worlds and stuff that you visit. So you start off in a tower, and there's like this wizard in a tower that's, helping you find the rune stones and stuff like that. So you start off and there's these hacks. You get these, they're kind of like gemstones or something like that. You get that sort of unlock the different portals and access to different realms and stuff.
Well, the game definitely does sound pretty fun.
Yeah. So you start off there and you're going into the first realm, and there's 12 scattered runestones that you need to find. So there's probably like one in every level, every different world that you go to. And each world or realm that you go to, there's like anywhere, I think probably like 5 or 6 levels in each one. So it's a pretty big game. And the levels are pretty long too, for the most part. Because then you really got to look around and like open everything or destroy stuff, because you never know where stuff might be hidden, like different weapons and treasure and keys and other stuff like that. And there's a boss at the end of each major level, each major realm that you get to fight. There's turbo attacks that do damage in a wide area, which they just regenerate after you're used. There's all kinds of different spells that you can get while you're looking around for stuff. You can grab different weapons that do different types of attacks on the things. Of course, you have to destroy the generators to stop the enemies from spawning, which is obviously similar to what it was like in the original Gauntlet and Gauntlet 2 and stuff. Food restores your health, so there's food different places. So if I remember correctly, the game, I remember the characters would eat the food and be like, yum, 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 and they'd make like this noise and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. And then with all the like treasure and other stuff that you find, you can, when you finish a level and get to a portal, it'll show you what you found and stuff like that, and then you can purchase stuff to help your character. So you can purchase more keys, you can purchase more health or food, you can purchase potions and stuff like that. So you can kind of help yourself as you go along. And I mean, obviously, you kind of learn what you need to purchase and what you might need more of, especially in certain levels, because you might have to face a different character, and you level up, obviously in the game too. But the big thing is, some of the levels, they get harder, and some of the bosses get really hard. So sometimes you might have to go back some levels. You can go back to other levels and redo them, and the monsters and creatures or whatever are all there again, so you can kill them all and you can build up your experience and gain more more points and money and stuff like that to buy the stuff that you need to beat, a boss that maybe you're struggling with.
I mean, that's always good. Yeah.
Which I thought that is pretty cool because that's always helpful to do that.
It's not cheating if they implemented that.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, there's trying
there
to
seems to be a lot very interesting with the game.
Yeah, and it's a top-down game with what they call a 3/4 viewpoint. So you're looking down on the characters, but you're kind of like, I don't know, you're looking down, but you're almost ground level with them, but you're not high enough that you can sort of follow along with them.
Kind of like a middle view level, right? Where
Yeah.
Entirely like a third person, but
right. Yeah. So I think it was always a good view because it didn't put you so far away that you're like, squinting at the screen looking at
just sitting in front of the TV trying to see the character.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was always, I always thought it was a good viewpoint. So you could easily control the characters and know what's going on and know what to do and stuff. Each character possesses a beast within, which is an alternate character that that it grows better each time you level up and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of different things like this that will that are it's a fun game. There's just a lot of different things you can do in this game, and like I said, depending on which character you use or which character you like to use. The Jester's pretty cool looking. I think he's kind of cool. He's got that funny jester hat and stuff. But like they have the warrior, the Valkyrie, the wizard, archer, dwarf, knight, sorceress, and jester. So a lot of different characters to choose from. So I mean, it's like one of those games that you finish it. Maybe you finish it playing one character, and then maybe the next time you play, with another. But it is a multiplayer game. You can play it. This is PlayStation 2 at the time, so it was multiplayer local. Obviously, so my wife and I used to play this game a lot. She actually played it by herself as well, and beat the game. I didn't get that far as beating the game, but I got pretty far in the game by myself. But a lot of times we played it together, and we always had a lot of fun with it because the levels are pretty long, and like I said, it's kind of a hack and slash type of game. But if you're familiar with Gauntlet, you know how they kill things and stuff like that, where they have a sword and they're just throwing swords out, or they're the archer and it's just shooting arrows like a billion arrows.
Everyone's just throwing swords. The archers are shooting swords.
The dwarf is throwing like axes. So it's just it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's I don't know. It's a good retro game type of thing and good memories from the 80s if you liked playing Gauntlet. Definitely a lot easier than playing the original Gauntlet in the.
Oh, probably you're right.
So that's the game I chose. I think it's. I think if you get a chance to play it, I think you'll like it.
I like classic games, so it always has a chance.
Yeah, and the graphics are good too. I mean, the graphics are really good, and they have some cuts. They have cutscenes all the time, leading into each level that you go into and stuff. So you get to kind of see what the characters are like, and
we'll see how
you're gonna be fighting.
We'll see how good it aged.
Yeah, I think it did pretty. I think it is pretty good. From what watching a short video of it recently, I was like, oh yeah, I remember. It's like this is just a real. It's a good game. I think it aged well. I think it's too bad it's not on like Xbox One or something like that. But hopefully, maybe someday it will be.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So, what about you? What do you got for your game?
So while Xbox is trying to figure out their own mascot other than Halo, what back in I want to say the early 2000s, they're trying to figure out definitively what their mascot is. Mario had Nintendo, and Nintendo had Mario,
Right.
and PlayStation had the Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Sega had their Sonic.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of experimenting, and Xbox they didn't know exactly what to do. They they made a game called Blinx the Time Sweeper, but that's not the game I'm going to talk about. Blinx, maybe that's another game we could talk about some other time.
Mm-hmm.
But the game I'm going to talk about was created in 2003.
Okay.
And
I think that's funny that I chose a game from 2001. You chose one from 2003.
yeah, this was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Originally, before it got its remaster, that's on Xbox One and PC now. But this game is called Voodoo Vince.
Okay.
And you play as a voodoo doll. It's a 3D platformer. It's third person. And it's a kind of a collect-a-thon. You have a main story you go through where you collect these vials of zombie dust, which have gone around by this evil madman. His name is Cosmo. Cosmo the Inscrutable.
Cosmo the who?
The Inscrutable.
Inscrutable. Okay, gotcha.
And with his minions, they've basically kidnapped your master, Madame Charmaine.
Okay.
Or Madame Charmaine. There we go. And it's your job as the second best voodoo doll to go and catch her. And like I said, it's a platformer, so you have your basic jump, you got your attack, little spin. But the main part that brings it attention is the powers. What's the gimmick? He's a voodoo doll. So what do voodoo dolls do? They hurt themselves. And basically, once you gather enough beads, which are little orbs you collect from like monsters or enemies you hit or kill, you can also gain health from doing that as well. But these beads will give you enough zombie dust in order to do your, I want to say like a special power. And basically, a random animation will play, which Vince will just die. He will straight up die. They will murder him. They will pulverize him. They'll turn to dust. There's a lot of things that will happen to them, and as you go along, you collect more and more. And they can be genuinely pretty funny. And whatever happens to you, you get to see what happens to the monsters that receive it.
Oh, okay.
And they're absolutely terrified when you do this. Now, Vince is he talks, and he's very sarcastic, and he breaks the fourth wall from time to time.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty funny. Cool. This game is based in, I can't think. It's based in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
makes sense.
Nice jazzy music. You got you got alligators roaming around. You got little imp creatures. You got frogs. Your basic New Orleans kind of stereotype.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's not a good one, because this game does look pretty beautiful from time to time. For 2003, they did a good job. And this is, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but it was made by Beep Industries. This was founded by Clayton Kalzarek in 2000. And we've met him. We met him when we went to PAX East when the remaster was getting made.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it till after we left.
Right.
Wish I knew it then. I would have asked for an autograph. But
yeah.
But this game is really fun. It has a lot of really wacky but memorable characters.
Yeah.
And the music is jazzy. It is like a lot of people love the music. A lot of people love the music. It's one of those games that's very underrated for how good it is.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like I'm spouting nostalgic out of my mouth. Spouting my nostalgia out. But there's a lot of this game doesn't get a lot of attention
Yeah.
as they should have.
Yeah.
Now since it has a remaster, it obviously has a decent cult following.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, I'm kind of interested in a sequel. But if that never happens, I'm happy with this one because it's good as is.
Yeah. And you played the remastered version too?
Yeah, I've actually beat them both 100%.
Wow.
So because I wanted to get ready for the remaster so I can tell the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And they did pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's the same game. They didn't really change much. They just changed how it looked.
Yeah.
And how it sounds. And it sounds really nice. And
Mhm.
it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like before, Vince just looked like a sack, but now you can see like the individual seams in them with the remastered version.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
very cool.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a very fun game. It's decently long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know you're not one with like third person platforming, but
So you want me to try the original one, not the remastered one, right?
no, it isn't. No, try the remastered one.
Oh, try the remastered one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not really much of a difference.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
I think the remastered one's better because it's, remastered.
Right.
But
Yeah. Have you looked to see if they are working on a second one?
no.
They're not.
As of right
Yeah.
now, they're making a different game. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
life of me, but
Yeah.
they're working on a different game, which I am interested in to check out because it does look pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we'll just have to. I'm happy they did the remaster in the first place
Right.
because it was planned to be backwards compatible with like 360 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But because Clayton, the creator, again has said there was like a line of code in it that was physically making it unplayable for the consoles
Oh, really?
for backwards compatibility.
Hmm.
Well, for the Xbox. I don't know why I said it like it was
Interesting.
plural. It's just Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm happy that they did a remaster because now people can play it, and people can enjoy it. I think you guys should check it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it more when we do the episode on it.
So, all right, that sounds pretty good. So let's see. So far as next week's go, I guess you'll try out the Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Yeah, we can definitely try that out. It'll be fun.
Okay. And see, it'll be interesting to see what your have you played a Gauntlet? You played the original Gauntlet and all that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
we play together sometimes.
so-
Yeah.
So it'll
Definitely
be
be
interesting to
interesting.
see what your take is on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll see you guys next week as we go through a Dark Legacy.
Yep. Stay away from death.
Yeah. We'll make sure we're
Make sure
fed and all that.
Make sure you eat food. Don't die.
Yeah.
Don't die. So yeah.
All right, guys. Stay
Cool.
indestructible,
Thanks.
folks. Peace.
Game over.
Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed the episode. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and if you go on our website with the same name, you can also find us on all the other kinds of stuff you can listen to us to. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Stay indestructible, and peace.